Bedroom Routine with another Halloween edition episode. Okay, so in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about YouTube Halloween specials. Because I don't know if you noticed, but sometimes there is some specials that you want to see, but it's probably not going to be on, or there are some specials that you haven't seen in a long time, it's never been on for a long time or whatever. But that's why I am going to be talking about some Halloween specials that you might find on YouTube or something like that, especially like for instance, you remember a specific special or a movie or something that you've seen years ago, but it's never been on for a long time. So I'm gonna get started here. Okay, so YouTube Halloween specials. There are some YouTube Halloween specials that you really want to find because of your kids. Like maybe some friendly Halloween songs that you want your kids to sing along to or something. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can find that on YouTube. You can find a lot of specials like that. For instance, last year in 2019, Disney did this special called Hall of Villains. And the Hall of Villains was something that everybody enjoyed because they sang songs from Taylor Swift. They sang songs from Descendant. There was like a lot of songs that were from different famous people. But that is on YouTube. Then you also have two other Disney Halloween specials that you might like Disney Sing Along called Happy Haunt and Disney Monster Hits. They're all friendly family. There's cartoons, there's sing-alongs, there's like a whole bunch of things that I think your kids will love. And also, the other thing that you should check out, now this can be either on YouTube or Netflix or one of the other TV things, is Spookly. Spookly the Square Pumpkin. So here's what you need to know. Spookly the Square Pumpkin was a book before it was turned into a special. And Spookly is a great thing to read during Halloween or the fall year. However, we kind of realized at the end, Spookly is turned into the Jack-o'-lantern of the year or whatever. But still, Spookly is a great story to read to the kids. Or it could be narrated and it could be watched as a special. But you could find that on kind of Netflix or any kind of thing going on. But still, you can find anything. Also, you could also find some really old Casper stuff. So you could find old Casper cartoons where Casper's going on amazing adventures. He's still trying to make friends. And there are still old Casper cartoons where Wendy is involved as well. And also that's another thing you guys should know. Casper meets Wendy is also on YouTube, and that's like a great thing to see right there. Also, one of the things that I remember when I was a little girl or growing up, I remember watching ice skating specials. There were some ice skating specials that I remember growing up. Like, there was a concert on ice when they were performing to Beauty and the Beast. There was a Mulan on Ice special, and then if you really want to see a Halloween special, there is a Halloween on Ice special. Now, it's not the full entire thing. They kind of separate it by clips, and two scenes that I kind of enjoyed was the Batman scene and the Monster Mash scene. Trust me, I think you would definitely get your kids involved in watching something like that. Also, basically, you can also get to see Monster High. If you have a little girl or some other little kid that enjoys Monster High, you could type Monster High in and you guys can enjoy that. Of course, you could also find Monster High specials on Netflix, and you can also find some Monster High episodes on YouTube. But either way, Monster High is a great thing. Alvin and the Chipmunks specials are also on YouTube, and one of them that is on YouTube is Alvin and the Chipmunks meets Werewolf, and I kind of feel like, that's a great thing right there. There's so many good songs from Alvin and the Chipmunks. We have not seen Alvin and the Chipmunks original for a long time, so if you want your kids to get inspired by Alvin and the Chipmunks old style. Why not search for that? Okay, now, one of the other Disney classics that I forgot to tell you about was the Donald Duck Trick or Treat special. So, Donald's nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, are out trick or treating, and Donald, as we know, is a troublemaker. He doesn't want to share. He doesn't want to do anything, so he kind of pranks them on Halloween as usual. It's a trick. But then the nephews meet Witch Hazel, and she helps Huey and Dewey and Louie to get candy and stuff like that. But it's a really funny cartoon. It's really hilarious, and there is this one song that is the title of the special. The song's called Trick or Treat, and it's a really good song to listen to. Also, now basically there was some stuff that happened before I was born. I was born in '93, but in the late 1980s or 70s or something like that, there was like a whole bunch of old stuff that happened, and I was not even born yet. But I'm going to tell you about these specials that are on YouTube. So, from what I hear, and I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I am hoping that it does get released next Halloween, because from what I hear, Jim Carrey is returning as the Grinch. He is returning as the Grinch because he wants to turn this old classic Dr. Seuss cartoon that happened in the 80s or 70s and make it real life. The special cartoon version is called Grinch Night, and that's like a Dr. Seuss Halloween special right there. Once a year, the Grinch comes down to Whoville or whatever, and he scares all these people and stuff. But in this episode, there's this brave kid who stops the Grinch from going down there, and believe me, I think, you guys should check it out, because I have no idea how this whole thing is going to work out. I don't know exactly how Jim Carrey's going to make this work into a real life special, but if it does work, I cannot wait. Okay, the other thing that you guys should check out now, basically, you can check this out on YouTube or Netflix. It really doesn't matter, but on YouTube, we have the old versions, but on Netflix and YouTube, there's a new version as well. So there's this TV show called The Worst Witch. The Worst Witch is about this girl named Mildred Hubble, and she practically has a hard time becoming a really good witch and stuff like that. She's not a bad witch or nothing. She's just having a hard time getting her spells right, learning how to do a broomstick and everything, and that's why she's called The Worst Witch. Her name's Mildred Hubble, and she just, she's trying to make herself be good and stuff like that. It's hard, but she's trying. But the new version is on YouTube and Netflix, and the old version is on YouTube. However, there's also a 1980s movie version where Jim Carrey is playing the Grand Wizard. And it really is unique how they just turned this special into a TV show, because first came the movie and then the TV shows. It's really interesting. Now, one of the other specials that I tried looking up on to see if it's going to come on this year, I looked up like several times and nothing yet, because I think they're just waiting. Maybe they'll do the commercial a week before Halloween, and then they'll show it on the week of Halloween like they always do. But on ABC, they do this tradition of showing Charlie Brown, the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, and I'm just trying to figure out why they haven't scheduled it in yet. But like I said, they might show the commercial a week before, and then on the week of Halloween they'll show it. I'm not entirely sure yet. But if you want to see it now, you can just say Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, and there's the whole version of it. And of course, there was this one movie that I saw, and it happened right like before I was born, as usual. It's called Halloween That Almost Wasn't, and it's about the monsters, like Dracula, Witch, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Ghoul, whatever. Halloween is being threatened not to happen because somebody doesn't want it to happen. And when they find out that it's one of them that wants to quit, that means no Halloween. Because here's the thing. Tradition says that a witch has to fly over the broom, fly over the moon or something on a broom, and that's how Halloween begins. A witch has to fly over the moon on a broomstick to say Halloween has officially begun. But believe me, The Halloween That Almost Wasn't is a very good movie. The other specials are The Addams Family. So The Addams Family is basically a pretty good thing. So there's like an episode, and then there's a Halloween episode movie, such ways. There's the old version where it's black and white, Halloween with the Addams, and then the movie version is Halloween with the new Addams. And that's kind of like something to think about. But it's a really good idea to get your kids involved with the old stuff, because the old stuff, now here's the thing, I grew up watching the old stuff and listening to old songs because my first movie when I was little was Singing in the Rain from Gene Kelly, and that made me feel pretty good. So now I'm watching all these old movies that are black and white or from the 60s and 70s. I mean, it's pretty cool, because here's the thing, these old movies are not really scary for me, they're just entertaining in such ways. But I will tell you that it's interesting, because I guess you could say that I really think that maybe, I guess you could say that it's been really interesting to watch something like that, especially when you have this guy named Svengoolie who created this thing every Saturday night, and you watch these old stuff. And here's the other thing. If you still want to see some specials that you haven't seen in years, just type up Halloween specials and stuff. And here are some more that I'm going to be talking about. So, if any of you remember the old Looney Tunes are still showing some Halloween specials on YouTube called Hairloween, about like Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny and a whole bunch of other things that I think you guys might like. And then there was this other special that I remember growing up with on Cartoon Network. They showed it a couple of years ago, but then they stopped watching it for some reason, and I really do wish they would show it on Cartoon Network again, because I find this interesting how they could turn something scary into non-scary, and just, behind the story is to get to know each other, because that's like what it is. It's saying get to know your friends, get to know your people, get to know your community and stuff like that. That's a really good thing to tell behind the story. It's called Scary Godmother 1 and 2, and it's an animated special. It's not scary. It's not, it's really like funny and stuff like that. But also it gives you a chance to understand about like, if you have a sibling or a cousin that picks on you or whatever, and you want to, get your kids to understand, like, there are people out there who wants to help, and they want to cheer you up and invite you to something, or they maybe, this is a good movie to understand that there are people who will help. And trust me, Scary Godmother 1 is just Scary Godmother, and then there's Scary Godmother 2, Jimmy's Revenge. And that's something that's also on YouTube. And then there's this one episode. Now, there are lots and lots and lots and lots of episodes of Halloween specials. But one of my favorites is, now I remember growing up with this show, and I just couldn't get enough of it. And I wish they still continued it a little bit longer, but there was only Pacific seasons. Anyways, it's called Totally Spies, and Totally Spies has this one Halloween special where I think Mandy tries to put a curse on the whole entire state because of what happened to her, and she's trying to get revenge on Clover as usual. But still, Totally Spies, the Halloween special, is a really good example to say there are episodes of Halloween specials and stuff like that. Also, if you've been to Disney World or Disneyland, you probably remember the Halloween parades and the Halloween shows and stuff like that, especially the Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular, which I think would be a great thing to watch during this Halloween thing. You don't have to go to Disney World, you don't have to go to Disneyland just to see something like that. I've never been there before, but someday I'm hoping I do. For now, I just enjoy watching the parades and the shows on YouTube, which I think is pretty interesting. But it's really cool how there's like so many Halloween specials that you can find on YouTube, especially like when you want to get your kids involved with something family friendly. In fact, here's something that I think you guys should try. So I'm calling this whole entire thing, I am calling it a Halloween YouTube look up episode. However, here's an idea that I am going to give you. So if you have a kid who wants to watch a Halloween movie or Halloween special before bedtime, probably like, okay, there is a 31 Nights of Halloween on Freeform, but if you want them to see something a little more different, a little more that you used to grow up with or something, go to YouTube and type in kid Halloween specials or something. They can watch something like that or whatever. But I will tell you that because there's always going to be that chance to when Disney's going to do a live thing of showing movies or something like that, because last year they did a live video for all the Halloween Town movies and such like that. I do believe that maybe this is your chance to get them involved with some of the old time things, and it'll be a good chance for them not to have bad dreams, not to be so scared or anything like that. But believe me, I'm calling this a Halloween bedtime watch-a-thon or story time, because on YouTube you can also find Kid Halloween story time, where you might find some stories that is doing a read-along or doing something else. I mean, I know I'm going to try and do a read-along because, well, it's never going to be easy, but I'm going to try to do this. I am. I'm going to try and put myself to the library and get some Halloween books and do a read-along on my YouTube page. But still, this is something that I think would be a great thing to do with your kids. Just put on a kid Halloween special before bedtime and let them dream of things that they want to be. Like maybe they are pretending to have magic spells or pretending to transform into something. But basically, these Halloween specials are just the examples of that I gave you to enjoy with. Because who knows, maybe, just maybe, your kid might get into the old stuff and they want to keep watching it over and over again with their kids, or their kids will enjoy it with their kids. Either way, this is a great thing to get involved with as a family. But I do hope you enjoyed this Halloween edition episode of T.I.E, because I know I did. So, in the meantime, this is T.I.E saying, enjoy your spectacular Halloween. Bye!
Trick-or-treating is fun! On October 31st, our very favorite night, when the sky is darkened and the sun turns